Start recording right now. Here we go.
And I'm not clipping nothing.
Oh.
I'm not.
Is it better if I
Lift
talk?
that shirt up.
Is it better if I talk like into it?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Is it better?
Clear,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Okay.
just like.
Because it was too far.
Yeah.
Just don't hold it into my
Yeah.
mouth.
We already
Yeah.
get a little
Don't
snippet
suck
of
on
who
it.
our guest is.
Let's run through the cameras there, Marky Poo.
Uno.
Hey,
Say, Lubin's
let's go.
invisible today.
Oh,
You trying to listen to us?
Oh, jeez, my guy. How are you?
Yeah.
Gap up. You guys get to witness the gap up.
What up? What up?
That's who's our guest today.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm
We
not
live.
ready for that. There's things I actually want to
Bro.
discuss for real.
Why you
Sit
wanna
down.
discuss
Sit
Ottawa?
down, dog.
Sit down.
You want to discuss the loss?
But there is actually a
Eric
business
Carlson.
I want to talk about.
Oh shit.
Business. Well, we can pause it.
Air it
That's a
out.
nice
Pause.
jersey. That's a nice jersey. Look at that gut.
Nice.
If you click pause there on the right hand side,
Pause.
Where it says
I'm not
stop.
pausing shit.
Well, I want to discuss something first before we actually start talking.
Oh, okay.
Ralph.
where it says stop recording, just click pause there.
Yeah. Pausing.
Before?
Yes.
So my cousin.
It's unpaused.
Okay.
First question: why are you out of breath?
I was running up the stairs.
It's like 10 steps.
Relax. I'm not out of breath.
It's
You
a
know I
lot
like
of fucking stairs.
Just grill right off the hop.
This guy's just coming at me. All like last 2
Yeah,
weeks,
buddy.
this guy's been coming at me.
Constantine, welcome. You want to close the door there?
What up?
It's good to have you back, buddy. How you
Good
been?
to have you
Everybody.
back.
Hello.
Absolutely.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, you're looking
Uh,
good.
Yeah,
man.
you are
Look at
looking
that.
good,
beard's
man. It's the
looking nice.
lighting?
Hair's trim.
Is it the
Looking
lighting?
fancy.
I got the beard going.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
looking
No
tight.
beard policy at my new job.
There it is.
No?
There it is.
Hell no. I do whatever I want.
I like it.
12 hours doing whatever the hell I want.
It's crazy to have such a beard plight for so long that now when people are growing beards, you're like, you're a whole new person.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy to see how significant a beard
Dude,
changes
it's
a
so
Right.
much of my identity is
It's
the
a
beard,
lot of guys,
bro.
yeah. A lot of guys are like that. If you think about it, it's like if they have. There's a dude who came in and legit, he has no face. Like if he was to shave his goatee
he's
off,
just got no
it's just like it's a gremlin.
Yeah.
Like you know in Beetlejuice where the head shrink guy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like exactly like that dude.
Shrunken
Man.
head.
I was like, I was
beard?
like, dude, this guy needs a beard in order to
It
be
saves a
somebody.
lot of people, man.
Yeah, it
the
did.
beard can get people laid, married.
Yeah,
That's true, man.
100%.
Bro,
100%. There's some people, you know, I'm not going to say anything. Let's just forward with that. On that note, let's just move forward.
How's everybody doing? Constantine, welcome back. You have now reached the status of the highest appearing guest at
Bad
the
boy.
studio.
Hey.
With
Probably
Four
the most
appearance.
engagement too, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
appearances.
Well-
4 appearances, plus the appearance that you were like sitting in the background with your.
Yeah, I was nodding off.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that whole thing.
But
Yeah.
this has not been our anniversary right now, is what we're supposed to
April
talk about.
30th.
April
You
30th.
guys
So
are
this
almost
month
on
is the
one year.
anniversary.
This
Sorry,
end
pardon
of
me?
this month.
Anniversary or what?
The
This
Studios.
podcast.
It's-
No way. It's been a year already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
son.
Whoa.
It's
we gotta do
booming
something.
too.
Yeah.
You guys are
And
so
we're-
That's like, it's really cool that you're here for this
Hell
month.
yeah.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Bring
But we had to
you-
take my episodes down.
What?
We had to take my episodes
Yeah,
down.
we had to take your.
They'll be
shit,
back.
really?
We'll
We'll be back.
legal
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair
We
enough.
saw some-
Whatever happens, it's not
Yeah.
a big deal.
Makes sense.
But then we have for the other.
People don't forget they happened.
For the
Yeah.
leaderboard, we also have Doyle at 2 appearances, Maddie P at 2 appearances, and Dennis at 2 appearances.
Didn't McGeary have 2 as well?
Did he?
Yes,
I
but
think
one
so.
didn't count because the audio didn't work.
That's
so that
correct.
was my fault.
We were
But
still at the
it
very
still
early
was
stages
here
then.
doing it, being
Yeah.
part of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, vibe check. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Like
Why were you
Wow,
late?
stuff.
Work and then
Yeah, I guess. That's
Yeah.
what
Count
we
not
said.
clear?
some other things. Don't worry.
No,
Like,
shut
shut
up.
up. God damn, what's the big deal? Why are you harping
Yeah,
on
you
us?
just-
Bro, I'm
I
trying to
ain't
get out of here,
cutting
man.
shit.
I got
You're
places
here.
to be.
Listen, you gotta pee? You might as
No,
well
I said I
just
got
go.
places to be.
Do you?
I got
It's a
places
shame.
to pee.
Like where? It's Easter Monday.
Where you gotta go?
Fucking,
What do you-
I'm
my
a dad.
family,
I gotta
bro.
be at home with my kids.
I do.
That's great.
We just briefly touched on it. Trip to the T-Dot. How was it?
Trip to Toronto was good.
Six.
Ran into, my brother came down as well, and my cousin I hadn't seen since I was probably about 12, 13 years old. So it was nice to see him again as an, like he was like, I haven't seen you I'm seeing you for the first time as an adult. I'm like, you know what? That's
So
very, very
where's
true.
he from?
Yeah, NYC.
NYC.
So he lives in
Shit.
Rochester now, and he's got kids and everything
He has
like
a strip
that. So
club?
we had a family
Like
issue,
reunion?
or after, like why he was so inclined to come up. Like we had a family thing go on like a couple of months
Right.
ago, and then he was like, I didn't get to attend this family function, so he was like, I got to come up and see him. So
Yeah.
he came up.
Good.
But went to 2 of the 3 Jays games against the Braves, and the Jays got shellacked the first game, won the second game, and then won the third game. And I saw Vladdy hit his first home run after signing his big contract as a Jay.
Lad dog.
The Vlad dog. But yeah, saw a lot of dingers, which is kind of cool, and a
Dingers,
really
dingers.
interesting experience after the first game we attended. So there's a pitcher. His name is Easton Lucas. It's his first year. He's playing for the Jays. He started that game. And then there's like a couple of rows in front of us off to the side. There's this young guy who's wearing this Lucas jersey. So nobody should really be wearing this jersey so early in the season unless, like, A, you know this person, or B, someone told you you look exactly like this dude. So my friend is like, he looks just like this guy, Lucas. So at the end of the game, I'm like, yo, Lucas. And he looks at me, he's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, you related to him? He's like, yeah, he's my brother. I'm like, oh, cool. And my friend who had first noticed this guy was like Googling this Easton Lucas and his family and everything. Like, how many kids are in the family? And
Straight creeper
where do you grow?
mode.
Just
Yeah.
creep mode. Right. Creep mode.
Wiki.
100%.
Early life wiki.
So it's his dad. So it's the brother, this brother's wife. So Easton Lucas's sister-in-law, and then Easton Lucas's dad. So when the dad is there, I'm like, oh, I got to shake your hand. And, you know, I get up and start talking to him and shake his hand. I'm like, this is awesome for you. Like, how does this feel? You know, this, like, your son is at the level. This is what you've been training for your whole life. Like, how does it make you feel? He's like getting a little choked up. He's like, yeah, you know, it's like kind of a big deal, obviously. Like, as not just being his father, he's also a trainer, I guess, for young kids from where they're from to help pitchers get to this level. So he's like, he did it in college, I guess, and the father played college ball as well, and then didn't obviously make it to the show, but he helped his son get to where he is. And I'm like, as a pitcher, you know, what did you teach him? He's like, the changeup. And the changeup is one of the hardest pitches to throw in baseball. So I'm like, that's all you right there. All this right here is all you. And he's like, you know, this is a huge honor. I'm like, well, it's a great honor to meet you, kind of thing. You know, like, it's kind of cool. And I really hope for the success for him for the rest of the career he has in Toronto. And he's like, yeah, that's really cool, because unfortunately he got shellacked that first game. He gave up like 2 hard dingers in like the first 4 innings. So, but yeah, good game. Nice to meet him. I had a great time when I was there. And I showed you the picture where we were staying. We were right above
Yeah,
the
that's
ACC,
crazy.
which is really
Yeah.
cool.
That was dope.
That was
Which
sick.
is probably like super wild last night, unfortunately.
Raptors.
Leafs destroyed the
got
Sens last night, and then Raps didn't make the playoffs, but yeah, it was a good time.
They were out of town, right?
Yeah, I was like, I must be out of town.
Yeah.
He's like, season's over. I'm like, well,
Right.
They're in
I pay
Cancun,
attention to
bro.
basketball. All the times they're sitting here talking about basketball, I'm just like,
Yeah, checked out.
yeah, cool, man.
It's all good.
Hoops, 3-pointers. But anyways, yeah.
Rap's got a championship, right?
Yeah, they got their chip. They're not going to get one
They don't
probably
need
for
another
the
one right
rest
now.
of
Yeah.
A
the
whole millennium.
Yeah,
association.
it'll be a lot.
Yeah, it'll be a long.
Basically, the rest of the association. Here we are, episode 35. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry,
Episode
sorry.
35.
How's your
We're on,
flight though? It was
we're-
good.
The flight?
You
You weren't
didn't end
nervous?
up upside down?
Yeah.
No, okay. So as like we were coming into Toronto, I'm
pilots
like,
were due?
is this gonna happen? Because
Yeah.
we came in pretty hot, and then but we hit the runway and everything was fine. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No bumps.
I was a little bit like, is this
you-
gonna happen
Toronto's
today?
Do you
cursed
think when you're
airport,
flying,
brother.
people overreact more now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even if it's a little turbulence, everybody's like, yeah.
Well, they make an
Or
announcement
over,
right
yeah.
away. It's like the turbulence. If we are feeling any discomfort through turbulence, the pilot will put the the seatbelt light back on. Please, we advise you to sit down. I guess there was a drunk guy on the plane
Oh.
on the way down to Toronto, and as the plane is landing and they telling us to get ready, seats up, tray tables, this guy decides to get up and go to the bathroom, and then the lady at the front is like, "Excuse me, sir, you must please return to your seat." And he's like, "What?"
I'm about to shit my
What? He's
pants.
like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She's like, please sit down.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. I'm like, what's going on, man?
Edmonton, Toronto. That's where you decide. To go fuck
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
The flight.
No fly list.
This is not the place
Yeah.
you want to play this game, but yeah.
I
That was
just
the
need the
time.
mic first. Okay. Yeah, dude, I want to go on a trip so bad, but I know like the anxiety flying now.
Okay, do you
is,
get
like,
anxious flying to begin with?
No.
Okay.
But now I'm gonna get anxious because like I know everybody else is gonna trip out, and I'm gonna be like, everybody just
Just gotta block it.
if
out,
we
right?
die, we die, man. Like that's
Yeah.
my thoughts.
But
like, yo, I made the decision to fucking die as soon as I got into this plane.
Yeah, it's like we're all
Like,
going
This
together,
tin
people.
can,
This is it.
yeah.
It's like, dude, there's like.
It's all about what plane you die on. Like, are you gonna die on Flair? Are you gonna die on
That's true. Fact.
I'm gonna die down. I'm gonna go down on Porter. Porter
nice
allows you to have
movie.
2 free drinks on your flight. So depending
Yeah.
on how long your flight is, so I'm gonna be drinking, and I'm gonna enjoy my flight out on Porter. That's where
It's
I'm
all
gonna go
about
down.
Exact. Porter's
alcohol.
good.
Porter's good. You
right?
get free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So,
I wanna
yeah.
Wait,
die
you
on
get free
Porter.
alcoholic drinks?
2 free alcoholic drinks. So
That's
either
so
wine or beer.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't get
fucks
no
with that.
spirits?
Yeah, no spirits and stuff you gotta pay for.
Okay.
Still
But
though.
That's
Well,
still
you want to die on that, not Flair.
absolutely, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think like thinking about when I'm booking flights now. I haven't gotten anxious at all once I get on the plane.
No, and I'm sure once I'm going, you've already went through it in your head.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know, annoying to see because you're like, yeah, like you could have made the decision. Like if it tripped you out this
that
much,
much you could have found another
you
way.
could have just like fucking
But-
figured out another way. Like, you know, say if it's out of Edmonton, it's like, all right, drive to Calgary and
Yeah,
then fucking go to Calgary, do a thing there.
But
like if you don't want to fly.
I think now it's not even getting anxious about it, but is there going to be someone acting up on my plane today? Is there
That's
someone
annoying.
going to be like, is someone going to be a douchebag and get our flight? Like, we got to turn back.
Mhm.
We got to put this thing down because this guy's being belligerent. It's like,
Like, what do you mean? We're 3 hours into this flight.
you know,
We
what I
got turned
mean?
back.
Turn
Like,
back.
nah, man.
We're already past the
We're
point of no
landing
return,
in
man.
Thunder Bay.
Oh,
But yeah,
fuck.
that's what I don't want to have to deal with because not that I'm going to be the one who's going to get up and deal with it. I just don't want to have a headache,
Yeah.
like hearing somebody go off. You know, I'm not about that anymore.
Well, okay, that's interesting you said that because say even like a land border or I guess traveling at all because you still have it at the airport, but like they're telling you now if you're a Canadian going to the US, you shouldn't bring your personal phone. You should have a burner phone.
What?
Because
Yeah, I've heard
because if they see that
we
you're
traveling
talking
now?
about
Are we
like if
setting up
they
a
see
trap?
that
You
like
know?
you're denouncing Trump at all, that they like start interrogating you like because it's all in this idea of like, well, we don't know who's coming to assassinate Trump. So like if you talk bad about Trump at all, we're
catch
gonna
it.
wonder like, well, what's your affiliation? What are you doing? Like, what are your intentions?
I'm coming
A
to.
Canadian is not assassinated. No one assassinated Trudeau.
People said
Yeah,
if
it's
anything,
true.
it's
For
gonna
9
be.
years,
They
bro.
took
It's
2
gonna be-
attempts at
yeah.
Trump, though.
But they said
Two
if
attempts
anything,
on
it's gonna be
I
like
thought
a
it was 3.
Republican as like the closest to him.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
you know what I mean? It's probably going to be like someone that he considers an ally.
So we were talking. Sad news today. Pope Francis has passed away.
The Popophile?
Pope.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Popophile.
Yeah. So they were talking about this,
Died.
but yeah, it's a bit much right there.
R.I.P.
But yeah, it's a bit heavy, and I guess we were talking about it today. I guess out of all the cardinals that are there in the Vatican, I guess 4 of them are Canadian. I guess 10 of them are 10 are American, and then they're saying a couple more like from India as well. Like, there's a bunch from all over, obviously.
Yeah.
And the election's it's gonna take place. And then somebody brought up today that like maybe
Conclave.
well they brought up that maybe it's Trump wants to do something to release the Vatican files,
Oh, shit.
but he has
Is
no
that what's
say in
in the
that.
basement?
Yeah. It's like,
So,
bro.
but so somebody brought up like, well, what's his name? JD Vance just goes there, and they're
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
Vance goes and sees him, and
You
then
saw
now
the meme though,
and,
right?
yeah, and now they're saying now he's dead,
Yeah.
and then
guy's
but
sleeping.
they're
Oh, he
like,
killed him.
yeah,
Sleeper
this
agent,
is,
bro.
So you see, like this is the
No.
conspiracy that's coming out, and then they're saying, well, the Vatican files, and it's like, well, Trump said he wants to release these, but it's like, how would he get his hands on? Well, what if they elected an American Pope?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
He'd be tied.
So like, there's all these
you
like
hope they
little
hu-
things.
they-
Like I don't personally like it means nothing. To
Well, we were talking before
It
you
doesn't.
came here about how we wanted a black pope.
Yeah,
Sure.
Cardinal Sarah.
I
Represent.
thought that.
Guy.
I was
We got
like,
another
let's
one.
do it.
The
I was
brother.
like, I think that's great.
Am
Like,
I supposed to turn around and be like, it's a time for equality, and I think that now is the
Yo,
best time to
this is a DEI.
elect
I thought
a
Trump was
DEI
trying to
Pope
squash
Pope of
the,
color? Like I don't know.
This is a
Like,
DEI Pope hire.
I don't know.
They're like, yo, we've been hiring the white guys. We had to kill this guy off,
Well,
put a
Pope
black guy
Francis
in.
was Spanish, though.
Yes,
he was a
he was,
Latino.
yes.
That's true.
Yes. So you can't really say any of that, you know.
But like the whitest Latino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
In the
you
world.
can't.
He's got a light tan.
Yeah.
He was
very light
probably
too.
like from the Germans.
No,
that
yeah, I was
sucked.
like,
Yeah.
he was
I think he
born
was one
there
of
and
those
immediately
ones. Yeah, yeah,
shipped
yeah.
across the country.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And then everyone
yeah.
was mad at him because he brought like an idol and shit from the Amazon, and they're like, "Yo, let's turn down the Spanish music, bro.
Yeah.
It's enough of it."
But yeah, interesting
song,
and very sad. It's
And
it's
it
a
happened
shitty.
on Easter Monday.
This is the other thing. The
Right?
coincidence
Yeah.
in timing is
Illuminati,
very.
bro.
Yeah, it's really something, man. But what's
it is
even
a
funnier is I
date.
was talking to a guy at work yesterday. I was mentioning him like the Pope's really sick, man. Like he's really sick.
Yeah,
Like,
they-
I don't think
yeah,
he's gonna be
like-
around much longer.
No.
And I said
Dennis,
this
Dennis was saying that he was
yesterday.
gonna die off like February, March.
Yeah,
He's like, I bet you by the end of this month, and like here we are,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
April
Yeah.
21st.
it's just super strange. Well, you know, like,
Close.
death can catch you at any point, but you know, but it's very weird. It's very the time of year is just also a very big thing.
Easter
So
Monday.
yeah, after we were talking about it, and some guys at work have no idea how how they pick it or elect a new pope. And I was like, go watch
Conclave.
Euro Trip, man.
I had to.
Watch Conclave.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Euro Trip.
Euro
That's
Trip was the
right.
first time I ever learned about the pope and how they do it and everything.
The
like
white
that.
smoke, the black
White
smoke.
black
Yeah,
smoke
yeah.
is when he dies.
Yeah.
Then they 12 days. And then they convene
a
and
new
they
one.
elect a new pope, and then the white smoke goes up for to say that they've elected a new pope.
So do everybody at the like? So
So the
there's-
Vatican's on lockdown now. pretty
Right.
much.
So like, is it they go through like 12 days of mourning?
Yeah. So they
Okay.
do their morning, and then at that same time, they're also discussing it, and it's a democratic election.
Just burning money. Just
Their
burn-
own stuff.
Yeah,
They're their own state,
thing.
man.
Yeah,
They're their own
but
country.
But it's like, yo, just 12
Smallest
days and
country in
not
the
being
world.
productive
Yeah.
at all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just all right, cool. 12 days.
No crime.
No
Did,
crime, no.
does the Mercedes that
No
the
crime in
Pope
the
got, does that
Vatican?
get repossessed?
Sex crime, maybe.
It'll be
Does that
repossessed, I
keep
think,
it-
or remodeled
Maybe.
to how the new pope probably wants it
We're
The
done.
getting
Pope mobile?
Because
Yeah.
the Pope, like I remember John Paul II, he had his
John Paul?
mobile, and it was like he had glassed off. And
John
whereas
Paul
Pope
was
Francis,
Something
he
goes
said
with
he
it.
wanted his open, so he could like actually meet the people and
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
to people. So like, there's a video of some guy handing him a fucking full pizza.
Yeah,
Nice.
John
Through
Paul
the-
II was more down
It was
to earth.
more, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
Remote
Francis had the window wide open.
Do you think
Yeah.
the Pope ever has to be worried about getting assassinated?
1000%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they have the one with the glass bubble.
Some people
Yes.
want to
Pope
like
mobile.
feel that experience of being close to God. You know. It's
Is that like
this
the
is-
part?
this is how-
Is that where they go like?
No, that's like
That's different.
Pentecostal
Yeah.
churches.
Do you ever see
Holy
the video where
rollers,
the
they
guy was
call
like
them.
chained down by his like arms, legs, and neck, and he's like, "I'm freeing myself.
Mhm.
I'm giving myself to God."
That's
And
when
he's
they,
like
put their
ripping the
hand
chains
over.
off,
Yeah.
No, I
and
don't
you're
know,
like,
I've seen that.
you're like, I get it. You love God.
People like you can't,
You don't got to do a physical demonstration to prove to me
but I think you do.
I'm gonna drown for God.
Those are like the guys like they come down on the zip line and shit, or like they have a floating stage.
No, this guy thought he was like Chris
and they're
Angel.
like,
There's
This guy,
and
this
they're
guy was like a
like-
600-pound Chris Angel.
pastor.
There's a show about that right now. Basically, I think it's on Crave. It's with Danny McBride and
Oh.
Adam Devine, and they're like righteous.
righteous gemstone.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Do
and
you
they're
enjoy-
like like
Sorry.
priests and stuff like that. I don't know.
Do you like Adam Devine as an actor?
I think
Half
I don't mind them.
Like
I don't
when he
mind
did Pitch Perfect, I was like, all right, cool. Like I think, and then it
it's
was like,
the other dude in Pitch Perfect that I don't like.
but the thing is, it was like keeping
Skylar
that
or whatever?
shtick. It was keeping that shtick of like you're the meh, like you know.
But that's the thing. He's like the same dude.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
and I just said like I liked it in Pitch Perfect, but I don't know if I like that guy.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
Watch Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Yeah.
Oh,
that-
yeah. That
Dude.
was Zac
actually-
Efron.
And okay,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the
that's
other
good.
thing
That's
is
actually
they
good.
say so. This movie's based on a true story, and they actually did the two brothers. They actually do a Craigslist to get wedding dates, and they said it got out of hand. And the things that you see in the movie, which they said they didn't put half the stuff in that actually happened on their sister's wedding. So the adventure that these guys go on, the things that are happening to them, there's much more, they say. And I'm like, how can there be more? They're like, there is more. The things these guys, because these guys were pretty well known guys. I can't remember exactly what they did, but they were not just these two dudes who had a sister
social
like, they're
media
getting married. They were like, I
personalities?
guess they were kind of like socialites or something, or
Okay.
Instagrammers or whatever the case is. But they were pretty popular dudes, and they went on some wild times of things that they used to do.
Have you ever had a Harold and Kumar goes to White Castle moment? Like, have you ever had a moment where you went on like
an adventure to get food?
You know what I mean? Or just like
Yes.
your intention was one thing, and to get there, you eventually did. But it was like
it took you a roundabout way to
Yeah.
get there. Yes, 100%. Yeah, I think everyone's had that.
Can we hear that? Can we hear it?
Ooh.
Because that's why I asked.
Man.
Without omitting, just tell.
Yeah,
For another day.
For another day.
Yeah.
I think everybody has one. Let me think.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I gotta there's a couple of adventures that I've been on for pretty
Dude,
while.
you want to hear one of mine?
Yes, please.
And it didn't
You
even,
gotta-
it didn't even happen to me, but it was like
Just
a
wanna
very
gas
close.
himself up.
Yeah.
No. Check this out. It didn't even happen to me, but I remember for some reason I used to get high with a couple buddies, and one buddy was like super into like EDM music, but I think he was like a sociopath because he was also into like seeing how like fucking like emotionally unstable he'd get to. So he'd get everybody super high, and then he'd be like, we're gonna listen to like dubstep, but he would put like YouTube on, but he'd put it on the TV, and he'd have like the fucking kaleidoscopes.
Yeah.
So then one of my buddy, he gets too high. He trips out where our house was that we rented. At the bottom of the hill, they were building like this super high-rise condo. And this dude climbs the crane and then like takes a picture of him like standing on top of like the crane.
Okay.
And this is like 20...
This like having 200.
Yeah, he... Now, mind you, this guy has like a background in like architecture, and like he says like, oh, I was in like this like crazy like...
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, dude, that's too much. Like that's...
Yeah, sometimes you just...
Seeing one of my buddies go up there in that state might be a little... I'd probably be having a full-on panic.
Yeah, I was like,
I'd
get
leave.
down. I was like, get down.
But then
here.
if something
like-
happens to that guy, then it's like... Yeah, I get
I'll
exactly
find
what
out
you
about
mean.
it
I
tomorrow.
don't mean, yeah.
I'm like, whether you live or die,
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, man.
But it's
We're all
like,
adults
I
here.
told him not to do that. I was the one
Yeah.
who told him not to go up there, and this happened. You know
And
what I
by
mean?
like
You can
by
tell
the
his
time
parents, I
Yeah.
told them not
because
to
this
do
guy
it.
like disappeared, like he left his wallet, left his like everything, like besides everything but his phone, shoes and phone he took, but he left his like wallet, his keys, like everything.
So
we
let
were
me
like-
hold on. But did he just leave on his and did everyone come outside or
No, he just
He
left.
just left, and then
And-
everyone got a text message from a picture of him
Yeah.
up there.
Oh, he did like an
Yeah,
Irish goodbye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because we were like, oh, he's just going to get air, like he's just tripping out, maybe he's throwing up or something.
Yeah.
Like we're not worried about it.
Mm.
And you're talking like probably like I'd say like 5-6 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
So it's like he could have got there, and like by the time we even realized,
Yeah,
he could have been like halfway up there.
Yeah, he could have been done.
And then we're like, all right, now we're starting to worry. We're texting him, whatever it is, and then it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but I remember another story.
Regale us.
So, I don't know how much you guys got door-to-door solicitors.
Yeah, quite a bit.
So one guy, he came and I was like cooked. Like I was so high, I couldn't. I spent like some of my student loan money to buy a bong. I was like smoking in the house we rented. So we're all fucked up.
Yeah.
And so this guy's like, hey, like I run this like thing where like I offer like a promotional gift, and like I just do like promotions for like equipment.
Okay.
And like if you listen to the promotion, you get like a free thing.
Right.
I was like, and I knew like I just got everybody like cooked in the house. There's like 5 of us, 3 females, 2 guys. We all go to university, and we were renting this house.
Okay.
And I'm like, fuck it, bet, like bring back the ShamWows. He's like, all right, I just gotta go get the whatever it is.
Mhm.
This guy comes in, we're all in the living room chilling, and this guy's a vacuum salesman, and he was like showing us different like prototypes
Vacuums.
of vacuums.
Yep.
You wanna see
So
how I
we're
suck?
sitting there like high out of our tree, and like nobody but me knows that this guy's here. I was like, yeah, he's just here to like give us like a presentation about something, like I don't know, like UNICEF or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like I was like, but you guys gotta like sit
This
here.
dude's standing around like, what the fuck?
Fuck is
So then
going
this
on?
dude's like legit asking us to like spill like
Stuff on the floor.
because he was like selling us a shop vac.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we're not buying the shop vac. And then this guy thought, because we invited them in, like I got a customer.
Yeah, automatic sale.
Oh, right, so.
So now he's like pressing and pressing. So now we can't get the fucking guy out of the house. He's like, why don't you put something on the floor and I'll show you like how powerful the suction is. I'm like, dude, I don't have $900 for your fucking Luigi's Mansion fucking vacuum. like, dude, get out of my house. Give me my ShamWows and get the fuck out of here.
But you invited this dude in.
Yeah,
man.
So did you?
We entertained him for like an hour.
So what?
Oh, that's
And then
the
you didn't
worst.
buy
I would have left if I was one of your
My
friends. I'd be
social
going.
anxiety
Nobody-
would
Yeah,
be-
absolutely,
As soon
dude.
as the situation,
Everybody was so
Like
uncomfortable.
this guy murders you. That I'm sorry, but I ain't sticking around for this. I ain't
And
buying
I'm
no
just
vacuum.
looking around, and
Hell no.
everybody's just looking at him like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's,
Like,
you,
what do
you
you
just leave situations like that. You just leave.
Yeah.
As soon as
Yeah.
you're uncomfortable, I've learned.
Yeah,
you
this guy's
leave.
just in the living room of our house.
Like I remember one
Well,
time,
see you later.
Ghost.
like similar kind of thing, where like we were drinking, and then my ex-wife was like, "Do you want to go to this house party? It's in Inglewood."
Mhm.
I was like, "Okay, sure, man." So we head there. We get to this house. It's like midnight, summertime, and there's like 7 dudes standing outside this house with vests, motorcycle vests. If you
Oh,
get my, if you
yeah,
get my,
yeah,
with,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
patches and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, oh, what is this? And we had to shake every single one of their hands, and they were like,
That's
my
weird.
name's like Carl, vice president. My name's
Oh,
like this
shit.
and that.
And
And
you're
I was
like,
like,
"We're getting
unskilled.
out of
My
here."
name's William, an unskilled laborer. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then they're like, parties in the basement. There's a full bar and everything. But then they're like, we need your cell phones. And I'm like, why do you need my cell phone?
What is this, a Kevin Hart
Are you
concert?
gonna
Yeah,
are
yeah,
you
yeah.
gonna go to my go through my photos? They're like, no, we just need the cell phones. So we
We don't
had
want
to
you
put-
taking pictures.
We had to put our cell phones in like a basket and shit.
Unreal.
And it was like full patch motorcycle crew. And it was like starting to get uncomfortable and
Yeah,
everything.
I
And I'm
could-
like, "Ah." And then I remember this old fat like biker dude slapped my ex-wife on the ass. Whoosh, right in front of me. And then my ex-wife like looked at me and she's like, and I was like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Immediately,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
about to get jumped by
Yeah.
like 8
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah.
I'll
And
be
then it
dead.
comes to like 4 a.m. and I'm like, hey, like I'm ready to leave. Like I
Yeah.
ran out of everything. I ran out of liquor. And they're like, you can't leave. We
I
decide.
better go get my phone.
Excuse me?
Bro, I was like, what the fuck? We ended up having to stay there till like 7. Just listening to these guys fucking
Tell
stories.
biker
Oh,
stories.
yeah.
What?
It was like, I
Sober
thought we were
out.
going to a house party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then gonna go to 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
get like a Slurpee and an ice cream and call it a night.
Yeah.
Now I'm like stuck in this basement. People
Yeah,
are,
being
like,
held hostage
like I'm prospecting.
without
for
my
the
phone.
crew.
Like, bro.
If you can hear me, I am not safe.
I'm like,
Yeah.
can I have my phone?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Fucking bored.
Like,
Trap, just trap.
White
Bored,
Lotus
too.
Resort.
Yeah.
Every guy had the
Snatched
same
your phone.
story.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
care. Let me out.
That is, I'm thankful I've never been in a situation like that. But,
So after that, I was like, as soon as it gets, the vibes are gone.
yeah,
Just,
it's like shit.
Nothing good happens after midnight, right?
It's after
Nothing.
2 a.m.
Nothing,
After
bro.
2 a.m. is the.
And then they had a
vibe.
camera in the
We push it to
washroom.
12 these days.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
There's I remember like a couple times in university we like trusted the wrong people and we went to some of these house
Oh,
parties.
Oh God, yeah.
Never go.
Where you're like,
Yeah.
I think this is a foreclosure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this house is not occupied. Like there was so much like garbage.
No
You're like,
cleanup, bro.
Yeah, you're like, dude, does
Eviction
someone
notice
live
on-
here,
What's
man?
this red
Like,
sign on the
and
door?
then you're like, if someone lives here, I would like to speak to them because there's a problem.
That's a new thing now in the States, I guess. There's kids that are going to people's houses while they're gone out of town
Yeah.
and
Oh,
throwing
I
parties
watched
there.
a movie about this.
Well, I'm not talking Project S because that's a party I
No,
don't
no,
want to
no.
go
Not
to.
Project
This-
X.
no.
That's
There's one where they're like living in the walls and stuff in the attic and whatnot, and they move throughout the building. And people that are like own the home, they come back, and then they're like,
Are we talking about the same movie?
maybe
again? Yeah.
it's like the monkey or something.
Yeah,
Is it like a documentary?
Yeah,
just
no,
the-
no, no.
Yeah, I think it's
like a
filmed like
paranormal
documentary.
activity.
Oh, okay, listen, I was talking about an action.
No, but it's film. The
But
film
it's
style
and it's based
is
on like
the-
real events. I guess
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's called like squatting or some
Oh,
shit.
Squatters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Squatters.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Squatters. Yeah, I know about squatters, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
No, but this is
No,
like
but
their
like
It's
the
a one-night house
occupants
party.
that own the house don't know that their people are there. They're just like,
Yeah.
are the walls making sounds? Like, what the
Can
fuck?
we search this up, Mark?
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
Well, there was that one where the lady was living in the roof, and then the guy put a camera.
Yes.
And then she's like making sandwiches. And
Well, they
shit.
have about
And then
80
going back into the
episodes of CSI.
Come
about
on, so
this
she
shit.
come downstairs,
Yeah.
eat their food, and go back upstairs.
Yes, and she go live in the attic. While
Well,
they were
what about
asleep and
the
shit.
cases you hear where Airbnb guys are renting out their rooms, like renting out their houses, and they're not telling the guests that they have secret rooms? So instead of going and staying in a hotel when you rent out your house, they have just a room behind the bookshelf. And when
Where
you're
are they staying? The Vatican?
and then when you and then when you sleep, they go wash their dishes, do whatever.
But they don't tell you that they're gonna be there.
No.
This is awful. What's wrong with people?
How
this
crazy
movie,
is that?
This movie that I'm
not a
talking
fan
about
of
is called
Airbnb,
I See You.
That's what I
See
saw.
You.
That's
Yeah.
what I saw.
Never heard of this movie before.
But I heard about the house.
It's a
party.
good watch.
Yeah, it's like
That's
a
big
gated
in LA.
community that they did this one. They did one of them in, and it was fucked up because the neighbors started complaining.
Yeah, that's
and
fun.
the cops came and they couldn't get to the house because there were just cars parked everywhere
Yeah.
in this gated community. It was brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd love to go to a Project X party though.
So
They made that movie look
Without
so
getting
I've
fucking
been
hype.
to
If
some
I had
wild
immunity.
parties like that where
Yeah.
it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but when you wait, like, so it wasn't my house. It was the girl I was dating at the time, and you wake up and it's just, I'm so sorry, I
It's-
cannot
you feel
help you
so
clean
bad.
this. This is
Yeah.
so she had like those giant planters, like the big ones,
Yeah.
okay, and two of them are in her pool,
Oh.
Oh yeah.
and I'm like,
And you know, like at least 4 dudes helped lift that.
Yeah.
in.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, how are you?
How you gonna
How you get those out?
Crane.
And she looks at me, and she's like, can you help? And I'm like,
No.
I don't
live
know
here.
how you want me to get that.
Yeah,
Just me? I was at this point I was
I
16,
would, but-
and I'm like, I can't get this.
I'm a
out.
skilled diver
Yeah.
and weightlifter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me hold my breath.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
maybe
You
a
got
buck
towels?
something. I'm like, this ain't coming out of here, man.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
give me a break.
I want to go to one of those side shows they have. Have you ever seen those?
Sideshow.
Where they
Side-
take over the intersections in like LA and
Oh,
Oakland
yeah.
and
Oh,
shit.
I saw one
Oh,
where
And
they
they
Yeah,
fucking
that's
do
cool.
donuts. and,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and then the
guns
dude
and
stands in the
shit.
way and gets hit by the car.
Yeah, yeah, it's always like some very obese like Latino just
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
smashed
That was
by
the other
back
thing
of
I
a
was
car.
talking about when we were at the Airbnb in Toronto. I'm like, there were kids who would shut down the Gardner Highway, which is like the one that's right next to the Jay Stadium.
Yep.
So, and that's
burnouts
kind of
and
where
shit?
weird. So they would shut
Name
down
drop.
the highway and they do stunting. So they have
Yeah.
guys on bikes or guys in like nice cars, and they'd like cut it off for maybe a quarter mile, and then
Yeah.
guys would be like racing, guys
Cops
would be spinning
can't
around,
do
cops can't do
shit,
shit, they can't get to
nothing.
them. People are just standing outside their cars like, move these vehicles,
Well-
we want to go home.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys
Is
saw.
that Brampton?
Pretty much, yeah. I guess that's where they were trying to
I
get
don't
to.
know if you guys saw. There was a dude. He was like a rapper in Miami or something like that,
Mr.
and he
305.
blocked off.
Yeah.
He blocked off the
Some more.
highway to record a freestyle.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah,
I
I
seen
saw
that,
that
I
too.
seen
That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
I seen
And then
that.
he
Yeah.
has security and everything,
Insane,
and
man.
they're like protecting people who are coming. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're like, back the fuck up.
Yeah.
But at
If
least
you
with
got
that, it's
enough
like you
money.
might get paid off and being like, here, man, sorry for your time, sorry for your time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas, like, these kids, we ain't getting that. I'm just
No.
being, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm being bothered and.
Being
The ones in
annoying.
LA are
Annoying.
crazy because like it's like if you crash into someone's car, the thing is to like if you fuck up, they destroy your car and light it on fire. It's like one of the unwritten rules. I was watching all this shit about it.
Really?
So yeah, at the sideshow, if you like ding someone else's vehicle
Yeah.
doing a donut, they like drag you out the car, beat the shit out of you, and then light your car on fire. And I'm like, is this like mad? Like we're getting close to like Mad Max.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of,
And
yeah.
I'm like-
yeah.
And the cops are just like, oh, we can't do nothing. Like it's crazy. But I would go to one of those.
But
I would watch some of that shit
From a
for sure,
distance.
I'd be in the
100%.
distance.
Yeah.
Yes,
In the
yeah,
distance
yeah.
for sure.
I saw kind of like a quasi one in Vegas. Like
Okay.
I think it was somewhat like obviously they're all orchestrated.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That
I
was
think
just the
this
F1.
one. But I think this one was like a sanctioned, like because it was part of the F1 weekend.
Oh, okay,
So I
yeah.
think they
Called
were doing it as part of like a
It's
performance.
part of the event or something like that.
I think it was just something that was like
So no
some
one
sort
got
of
their car lit on
advertising
fire.
or
Yeah.
whatever. It was like two because they both had like dirt bikes.
Okay. Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I'm assuming this.
You gotta
was
go to
just-
like Oakland where they're playing.
Yeah, this was-
or LA or
Playing,
like,
like,
the
E40.
projects.
I was like,
Yeah.
especially during the F1 weekend, if this shit was happening, they
Yeah.
would be like,
well, they had some cool thing up here. A couple of years ago, when my mom came down to visit, we were down by the ledge, and it's like you go down the ledge and then you come up whatever that fucking main street is, the one that takes you to 109th, underneath.
Oh.
So they had like the car, they had like all these souped up
Through
cars.
the tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you come down by the
109th
ledge,
or some shit.
and then like when you be standing up there, and all you hear is like the cars go through, like
Yeah.
it's
Sorry,
really
it was
cool.
like what?
Yeah, super cool. And they had like these souped up cop cars, and they like the guy would take off, and then the souped up cop car would chase after him.
Oh shit.
But it was really cool. It's like a little demonstration or a little car show or whatever. It
Yeah.
was really kind of dope. But I mean, other than that, I ain't seen any of that other
No,
stuff.
I seen something when I was in Baltimore. I'd seen the dirt bike kids.
Yeah.
The 12 o'clock
Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
I'd seen a documentary, and then I remember I was in Baltimore, blackout drunk, doing some.
Not a place you want
things.
to be blackout drunk.
No.
Oh, it was great. Everyone treated. They were like, "What are you doing here, white boy? What the fuck is wrong? You're out here at 2 a.m. What the fuck?" Everyone was really nice, but I remember seeing the kids on dirt bikes,
Yeah.
and the cops can't do shit.
Yeah.
Hold up,
And
wait
they
a
like
minute.
roll on their dirt bikes. They like boot fuck cars on the way.
Yeah, it's
like, can you
blame
They're like
them,
flipping
though?
off the cops.
You can't
I'm like,
blame
oh.
them.
So all the shit
What,
I
the
do
kids?
in Grand
The,
Theft Auto.
the cops.
No, I mean
Not in Baltimore.
No, not there.
Well, because it's just so you already know, like,
It's so.
dude, I
it's
don't
so
have
fast.
the personnel to.
Bro, I've been
Yeah,
to the
that's part of
Middle
it.
East. I've been to the Middle East. I've been many places. Baltimore was the only place I got walked out of a neighborhood.
Really?
A guy.
Yeah, you told me that. Story.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Me
Yes.
and my friend are like super drunk. We're like, oh, we gotta get back to our hotel. This lady's like that way. Wrong fucking.
Yeah, you
way.
guys are on the
Yeah.
wrong part
We're
of
like-
town. Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's
Yeah,
just
get me
like
killed.
townhouses and like these old brick buildings. And then some guy like.
I
just
got that
walked off his
pandemic.
stoop. And he's like, are you here to like grip anything? And we're like, grip? I'm like, grip what? And he's like, are you here for a bitch? And we're like,
No.
He's like,
No.
why the fuck you here? We're like, we're looking for the Holiday Inn. And he's like, he's like, you're not gonna make it to the Holiday Inn.
Yeah,
You have no money. You don't want to
tourists.
buy
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Bro, he walked us all the way to the front of the hotel. Fraser, good guy.
Yeah.
But that was-
Shout
I've
out
been to-
Fraser.
I've been
Shout
to
out Fraser.
Cairo, bro. I've
He,
been to,
he
like,
might not be with us.
I've been to
But, yeah.
I don't know about Fraser.
Yeah.
Bro. I don't know.
This
about
dude
him.
might not be with
Bro, I
us.
went to Africa. Never had that. Baltimore, nah, bro, you can't.
You can't be here.
Why? Because
Yeah.
you're white. Oh, okay.
It's like my brother was in Chicago and they told him too. It's like, you guys are, they're looking for something. They're like, you guys are in the wrong part of town, man. You guys need to get the fuck out of here now.
Southside.
Yeah. It's like,
Go to
okay.
Southside.
It's always really funny though, and it's like, don't get me wrong. I know there's crime everywhere. I get it, but it's really scary if you show up to another town and they're like, you can't be here.
Yeah.
It's like,
You want
oh,
no part
okay,
of this.
yeah. You want no part of this,
Yeah.
do it?
And it's just like a notion of like, hey, you have no idea what's gonna
Yes,
happen.
exactly.
I don't know what's gonna happen to
you.
you.
Yeah,
Like
but
anything is possible.
But I
on the
appreciate
crane,
the
you're like,
fact-
I'm gonna feel guilty if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
let
yeah.
you climb the crane. It's the same thing. If I let
Yes.
you keep walking, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
feel
feel
bad
guilty.
when
Yeah.
I read about you in the news.
Yeah.
But I feel
No.
great knowing that these people are nice enough to tell us
Yeah.
to get out of these spots and not let us be like, they're not the ones who are like, hey, can I help you? Yeah, give me all your fucking money, motherfucker.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, they're not those guys. They're like, why don't you get out of here?
Yeah.
We'll rob the next guy.
Yeah.
Don't be a
Okay.
victim. You look nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I'm sure if you were like somewhat of like a dick, it'd be like, all right, get fucked.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Oh yeah.
Fuck,
As soon
bro.
as we
You know
said,
what I
as soon
mean?
as we told, as soon as we told old Fraser we were Canadian, he was like, "Oh yeah, Canadians are cool, man." Like, he's like, "You don't have these neighborhoods in Canada, though. You gotta keep going."
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
And that's
That's
the other
good,
thing.
bro.
It's like, you think that some neighborhoods in Canada, it's like, man, you're telling, like, we're talking to each other, and it's like, you don't want to go here, you don't want to go there.
Mm.
You go to the States, and they're like, no. They got some hoods in Canada, but it's not like here.
No, you can
It's
still
nothing
walk
like you.
through.
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
neighborhoods
You know?
in Canada.
Like, we can
But
walk through
there's-
the neighborhoods here, no problem.
But
Yeah.
there's
No one's going to
some-
walk you out and be like,
No.
you don't belong here, sir.
Yeah.
But there's some areas in the U.S. where it's like stoplights are considered stop signs because if you stop your car for too long,
Yep.
you're gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
robbed.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
So it's like nobody stops for stoplights. It's all just like a four-way stop.
Yeah.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah,
is like
because
that, yeah.
if you
Some parts of Detroit.
Yes,
some
yes,
parts of
some
Detroit,
parts of
because it's
Detroit.
like if you stop for too long,
Yeah.
people just start coming up.
The
to you.
conversation I had with people in Detroit was like next level, and I'll never forget it. We were, I don't know if I told this one before. We were at a Red Wings game. Red Wings were playing the Flames, and we're talking to this couple, probably like in their 20s, and you can't have a firearm in anywhere that can have 10,000 people or more. So you can't bring it to a stadium, and you can't bring it to a mall or anything like that. And then the guy and his girlfriend are like, well, what do you guys do in Canada? You know, aren't you allowed to have guns? It's like, yeah, but not as freely as you guys can. Like, what do you guys do if you get into a fight? I'm like,
Fist. fists.
This is it.
Put
You know
them
what I
up.
mean?
You mean like a
And
fight with 9,000 people is
Yeah.
like my allotted.
I'm like,
Like-
but where are you guys at? They're like at a house party. I'm like, so you're at a house party and somebody like mouse off to you. You go get your gun. They're like, fuck yeah, I don't take no
you just
chances. I'm
pop
like,
off
well, this is
immediately.
fucked. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is why so many people are getting shot.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're like, I don't go anywhere without my gun. And the girlfriend, like the girlfriend's like, yeah, if the gun's not in the car. That's the last thing I tell them to bring. I'm like, Steve, don't forget your gun.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck
They're-
is wrong with you
It's
guys?
like stove
they're-
off.
yeah.
Yeah, you got the block.
Yeah, it's like their gun is like a wallet.
Yes, exactly.
You got
know
your
what
You
I mean?
know, I
wallet?
keep that
Yeah.
thing on me.
Yeah.
Dude, but if you're the big thing is like the law supports it. It's like if the Canadian law supported that, you would have people doing that
All the time.
right? And I also think it just becomes like so many people do it, and it's like, oh, that's what we're doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta
That's
join
what we're
in.
doing.
But then at the same time, it's like in the States, those things have like that law has helped stop so many fucking major things. Where it's like if you look at that, I only bring up this one video, the shooting in the church, and there's the guy who was there who's concealed carry.
Oh, South Carolina.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
pulls the gun on the dude and shoots him, and I'm like.
Yeah.
But what is like? First of all, why is someone going into a church to shoot somebody? I don't understand that part. But then on top of that, it's like one gun is bad, but two guns is okay. You know what I mean?
But
So
this
guy
is
didn't have
Justified.
That
This
guy
guy
was
didn't have a
waiting
gun.
his whole
Life?
life
Yeah.
for that
Shoot
moment.
that guy.
He was like,
Absolutely.
Hail Mary, I know it's today.
Yeah.
The name of the
No,
Father,
I
and the
forgot
Son,
it
and the
at
Holy
home.
Spirit. This one,
The dome.
you know, it's true. It's true.
But then you have to consider like another thing where it's like, well, it ain't the gun. You know what I mean? It has
Yes.
nothing to do with the gun.
Yes.
It's like, well, the guy that's going to go into church to shoot someone, not let alone everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, so you went in just to shoot everybody. Okay, well, like, I think we got a couple things to work through.
Yes, absolutely.
Before
we
say,
yeah.
like, yeah, well, you know, like, it's like the idea of, like, why do high school students take, like, pocket knives to school? It's like, oh, in case, like, I get, like, jumped or something. It's like, yeah, it's like, no. Like,
That was never a thought
I think you're a little slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never brought
You know
it
what
That
I
was
mean?
never
Like-
a thought for me in
like-
school to bring a weapon
That-
to
that-
school.
that-
It
this
was like,
is-
I'm going to fist fight.
And,
Yeah.
and on top of that, it's like by bringing a knife to school,
Yeah.
you're just bringing more attention. So like you're not doing this because if you were doing it
For
to-
safety.
for safety, you just wouldn't say none. Why would you want people to know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You have a knife on you, right?
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
So it's nothing about the knife. It's not about the gun. It's like you're just like a fucking estranged person that like needs to go seek whatever the fuck
Maybe.
it is,
Yes.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
and then you got some people like I'm sure they just get like bent out of shape because of like whatever everyday struggles, politics, whatever, and they
Right.
just go like, yeah, fuck this, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
If that guy calls me a fucking dweeb one more time today, I'm gonna shoot him. And that's people just overflow.
Yeah, we don't have that here, like, too much.
No.
Like, people bringing guns to house parties. Now it's, I think, more common.
I went to a
Yeah.
house party
Kids
in
don't know
high
how to
school.
fucking
Yeah.
fight
Yeah.
anymore.
No.
They don't fist
No, the kids
fight.
don't even go to house parties these days.
No, they don't.
No,
Yeah, they don't
do
even
that stuff.
drink like
It's
we
like
did.
like we talk to some people. And it's like some guys have never been punched in the face before.
Oh, that's
That's true.
crazy.
Well-
Some people need to be punched in the so parents, let your
Punch
kids
your
get
kid.
into fights. Let your son or daughter get punched in the
Yeah.
face. They're gonna learn.
So-
and it'll never happen again.
get this. So
It might happen again.
we always talk about like training and stuff within our job and everything. And I was bringing up this concept to someone who like doesn't work in that field. And I was like, imagine someone that doesn't have like the basic skills to life. So like they've never seen a fight. They like don't really deal with many conflict. Like they've never addressed any problems. They've never been tasked with anything
Yep.
that had like bigger outcomes. And then you say, imagine having to teach someone that
Oh, it's the
then
worst.
also teach them like the functions of like that sticker goes there and
The square
you
goes
need
in
to
the
make
square, the
sure
circle
that
goes in
goes
the
there
circle,
and this file goes here and it's like this person goes like what like are you bullying me? You're like no, I'm not bullying you. So it sounds like you're bullying me, you know
Is
what I
this
mean?
actually what happened when you were explaining?
So no, okay, one of the circumstances where like the circumstance that I'm trying to say is like
Okay.
imagine someone that's like so inexperienced
Yes,
in
yeah,
life.
I get that. Yeah, yeah.
And then being like, hey, I also have to show you a job. And God forbid that there's any sort of risk.
Yes.
Oh, you're like, here's a violent job.
Yeah.
Or any job.
Or any job.
Or
70
working at
violent
Walmart.
people to listen to you.
Dude, I almost got into a fight at McDonald's when I was working there, man. Guys are
Yeah.
assholes.
Oh, yeah.
They're assholes, man.
But it's like, imagine not experiencing that and then going in somewhere and then being like, hey, I never had any experience and then I'm going to go like work for the SWAT team.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's like-
I mean,
it's like,
obviously,
dude,
great hire right there.
You know,
That's
but
a
it's
great
like, dude, A, great hire. But B, it's like, did you ever consider, like, did you ever just look around and think, like, I think I'm an IT guy.
hire. No, didn't think that.
I think I'm like a film and video
Well, maybe
dude.
they watch a
Or
lot
like,
of,
I want to
you
do
know
what
what
those
I mean?
guys
Like,
do. I'm going to
may-
do it with no experience.
maybe
Yeah.
I want to frame houses or learn welding
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I can
bake.
turn them into sissies.
Yeah. But it's just interesting to me of like, this was the best skill you had. Out of everything you had in skills, because this is shit.
Yeah.
It's like, and this was the best foot you could
But a
put
lot of
forward.
those guys that go into these environments without being punched in the face or life skills, you'll look at them and then they have like a sick Punisher skull tattoo on their forearm.
Yeah.
And it's like,
But
oh,
then-
you're just living a fantasy.
Yeah.
But then
Like,
it goes
oh,
down to
shit.
it again of like, well, it ain't the job.
Yes.
Well, it ain't the job, right?
But-
To a degree, like but it's one of those things of like, is this like a strange, like, fucking stupid person,
Mhm.
like just everywhere you go?
It's probably option A. They're
'Cause-
probably just strange and dumb.
You know what I mean?
I had
Like-
a coworker when I worked in security back in Ottawa, and this guy was a very large dude, probably like 6'6", 2 something. He had never been punched in the face ever.
It's always the bigger guy.
He was the bigger dude in every
Yeah.
situation. So these are the kinds of guys you're gonna get. It's either you're living that fantasy life and you want to be that guy, you're living pretend, or you're the guy who's just been so large or intimidating
About
you
it.
skated through.
Yeah.
Or that, yeah.
Well, do
You know
you
what I mean?
remember the dude? Have you seen Longest Yard, Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Okay, the guy that like bench presses the bleachers and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's a huge softie.
Terry Crews.
Terry
No,
Crews.
no.
No.
He's
He's like, I went to
Cheeseburger
the
Eddie.
tree outs.
Yes, yeah.
I attended the tree outs.
He was a little slow, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the thing, yeah, but the
Those
idea.
guys never fight. Like the big
Because
guys.
they don't have to.
They don't have
They don't
to.
have to.
Well, yeah.
People pick fights with guys our size.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
Because-
5'9", 170
because
pounds.
it's like a 60-40 shot of like I have just 51%.
Yeah.
So it's like the odds are in my favor because A, I have like more influence, or B, because like I'm just a little bigger.
Officer
right?
subject factor.
But there's kind of like a gift to it because every fight I've seen on like the street, it's like 130-pound native kid knocks out some like 6'4"
Yeah.
jack
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
100%.
He's like, yo, give me my shit back. He's like, what are you gonna do?
Boom.
One punch, glass
Yep,
drop.
gone.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like skinny little dudes.
I also applaud
Just
those
kill
guys.
it.
I really do.
Not the
I
But the
applaud those
thing
guys.
too is like a guy
they're tough.
my size. It's like I'm not really trying to fight. Like I annoy people, but the thing is like I bridge annoyance to then befriending. So it's like, well, you can't attack me if I'm your friend.
Yeah, you can.
No, but it's just like at some point I just make you
Kill him with
feel.
kindness.
At some point-
Brought
when
to
I
you by
first
Ryan
met you and
McDougal.
was training you, I think I hit you a few times.
Yeah.
I'm not
but,
gonna lie.
But I say like I try to be your friend, so like the punishment stops.
Yes,
Because then you feel bad.
Yeah, at that point, sure. Yeah, that's
Right,
true.
and then they're like, he's just a poor soul. Like, what do I, you know what I mean? Then just people, and then you just get left alone, right?
There were guys who were picking on me. I remember I walked out of the bar and these guys were being complete assholes. I'm like, here, man, like, what's going on here, man? Like, why are you guys going to this direction? And then it's kind of like when the fight started. It wasn't just me, but like, it kind of broke up into smaller fights. And the biggest dude, like, it was like Zdeno Chera is fighting me, and I'm like, and I had a buddy who was bigger than me. He was there. I'm like, grab that guy. Why are you coming at me?
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
know
like-
your role.
Yeah, like I
Know
know we're in
your
a
role,
fight right
dude.
now, and there's no rules, but
Yeah.
it's like you should be squaring up with the guy who's your size.
Listen,
Don't be squaring up
there's-
with me.
There's
Decide the
weight,
weight
class.
class.
There's weight
Yeah.
classes,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
exactly.
What are we
Like,
doing?
yeah.
And to be fair, I'm not trying to brag, but it didn't end well for him, so that's okay.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was quite terrified when it was
Fucking
happening. I was
right?
like,
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ,
After
no.
after watching like videos on UFC and like all this different, and even just experience and seeing like how outclassed you can get a dude that's even like 30 pounds heavier than you, it's like, yo, I make sure I selectively like shit on people that I know that are within my weight limits of like me and Fisher.
Yes.
It's like, all right, I'm good. You know what I mean?
If I'm going to challenge a bigger dude, that's one thing.
But I'm not going to
pick
challenge
the littlest
Leaf
guy.
Wells and be like, you know.
Sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you gotta.
But sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you
I'm not
gotta.
gonna take it anymore.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pick on like the smallest person and be like, me and you, we got a problem. Unless it's an actual problem.
Yeah.
He said he got 2 floor seats to Metallica, $500.
Who?
In Toronto, he's going to Toronto. Leaf.
Life? Yeah, good for him.
I was like, $500, man, that's a steal. I was like, given how much like tickets.
Because how much were they when they came here?
You just use the size.
They were like in the 300s. I don't think they were beyond 5.
I don't think so
either.
either.
There was so much capacity. They did 2
nights.
nights.
Because they did 2 nights as well.
So I don't think it was like limited, right?
Dennis was telling me it's $600 for him and his girl to go see Morgan Wallen.
I've seen $900 tickets.
That's madness.
That's
Wait,
crazy. Well, Jelly Roll was
$600, so $300 each.
Well, yeah, Jelly Roll was $300.
I paid $1,800
Not if
for
you're
2
management,
tickets
I heard.
for Luke Combs.
That's crazy.
Floor though,
Floor?
and worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. 2.5 hour show. It was good.
I paid $160 for 2 games for Blue Jays tickets.
Yeah.
But how'd they do though?
Yeah.
They won both. They won one game that I went to.
Okay. That's good.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm not really a big concert guy, so that's like a bigger thing. That's
Me
another
either.
thing
Me either.
So I'm not really
Country. I'll
spending.
go to country concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go to country now.
But will you travel for a concert, or will you only go see someone when they're here?
Before I had a kid, I would travel to go see. That's why I was in Baltimore.
Okay.
So I went to see a bunch of metal bands from Europe and England.
Okay.
And it's like they decided to play in Baltimore. Of all places.
Right.
So it was like bands that play like every 2 years.
Yes. Okay.
Barely play, super rare, slow down. Like I used to fly to Philly, Baltimore, all the.
Okay, so you used to travel a lot to go see.
To see certain bands.
Right.
Yeah, of course, not just everybody, but certain people. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
So
I'll still go to country though.
Yeah.
But I do not go to hip hop shows anymore.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
right.
Walk a Flock of Flame.
Too
was
much.
The last
No
one.
hands.
Yeah.
Choke slammed by security. They did like a call to the stage.
Yeah.
Like Walk a Flock.
Yeah.
I got free time.
It's girls only, bro.
Girls only. I didn't hear
They don't want no
shit
dudes up
'cause
on the stage.
I'm drunk.
Yeah.
They're like, bitches to the stage. I'm
These
like,
guys are gonna love me.
Sure. Bro, I made it too. I actually got to touch Walker's shoulder, and then it was just like, boo! Choke slam. And they let me stay. They threw me in the little smoke cage.
Yeah.
At Union. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So, speaking of concerts,
Yeah.
we have one coming up that we're attending.
This is true. We are going to tell this.
Cheryl, for that we've interviewed, the episode's going to be coming out here soon. But they have her and her band, Valley of Despair.
Valley of Despair.
They
That's
will
the
be
ones.
performing May 17th, 7 p.m. Band
that?
starts playing 7:30
Where's that?
at
Where's the show
Rec
at?
Room in the South Commons.
Oh, buddy.
Rec Room South Commons. We decided I think we were talking.
Yep.
We decided that we were going to try to do a giveaway.
I think we should.
So I reached out. We secured the tickets.
Yay!
So we have 2 tickets. Now we have to think of what would be a good way to make this into a contest.
Well, I think you need to just we need to establish that and just go.
So
Red
we have 2 tickets
Red,
out for giveaway,
Red.
and we will be announcing the content details in the next episode.
So just make yourselves available for the 17th of May.
Right, and
At
we will
the
be
South Common Rec Room, and we will find out a giveaway to give
And
away
if you
these
see
2
us
tickets.
there, say hi. Come see us.
Talk to him.
As well, at any time, call the hotline 1-587-418-4715. We're going to get this up on the wall here.
Yeah.
And call the hotline. Wild stories, debates. What do you think we should talk about? What do you think of the conversation we're having? Who do you think we should try to bring on? Whatever you think of. Engagement is key. And
So
we
many
also
people
have another one we want to talk about.
The what?
Cleaning.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do
Clean.
that.
Cleaning.
Cleaning. So this is coming across to our attention. Shout out to KL Cleaning, an awesome Edmonton-based cleaning service that'll have your place spotless in no time. Ooh. Whether it's a one-time deep clean or a regular service, they've got you. Follow them on Instagram at KL Cleaning YEG. And check out their website to learn more or book online at klcleaning.ca. You can also use the promo code SAVE5 and you'll get $5 off if you book with them for a cleaning service.
Nice.
Check that out. We'll put that on the website. We'll throw that on the channel.
100%.
But yes.
And yeah, I know we should be good. Let's kind of clean this up. Put a little bow on top.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's kind of just talk about this event real quick on May.
The Valley of Despair.
Yes. Have you listened to any of their tracks?
Not yet. No.
Give them a listen, Mark.
You got it.
Not yet. No.
Why don't you play?
No.
Give me a track
It's
right
metal.
now. Which one you got?
It's like death metal.
Yeah.
Metal, heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valley
You into that?
Despair.
Valley
Yeah,
of
I'm
Despair?
into like everything.
Okay.
Well, then we'll bring you out to the event.
Metal,
Come to the event with us.
country.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday.
If you can do
Metal's
it.
good, huh?
You do it all?
I do yeah, I can't think of a genre.
We'll give you.
I'm fuck with Sabrina Carpenter right now.
Well,
Oh,
look
bloody.
what you're
Yeah.
available.
Expression.
Look what
My
you're available
Spotify's
that
crazy.
day, and we'll get some tickets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, let's do that. I'm interested to
It's a good
hear a lot
one.
of their
It's a banger.
to hear their
It's a
stuff.
banger.
Maybe we should do like a trivia question.
So that was my first thing, but it's too easy with AI. Everything can get answered.
We should just
Maybe
do
we should
like
do
a
a riddle.
scenario. No, do like a scenario, and it's like
scenario.
the best response.
A scenario.
That, like, gets
Yes,
us laughing or something.
that's a good one because the first
You're
one I
welcome.
thought was your best
Good job,
heavy metal outfit, but then I was like, I don't know if our audience does like heavy metal shit.
I'm sure there's one or two people, or
Right.
maybe
But
25
then
who
the
listen
other
to
one
heavy
was
metal.
like your best impressionist of like a heavy metal singer. But then I was like, I don't know
I
if
can do
people
it.
are gonna do
Don't
that
do that.
either.
I
so,
can do it.
No, you can't.
but the scenario I think slaps.
I was the lead singer in my rock band for the game Rock Band.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
used to
got some
fuck with
pipes,
Rock
okay,
Band
man. So
hard,
don't
man.
give me that shit.
You the
But yeah,
the
I think so.
Dragon Force
I
song.
like that.
It's the
Some
hardest
lyrics.
one.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
we'll
the song
nail
off.
down the dates, the details, and yeah, I know Mark has to take off, so we're
You guys can keep going without me if you want.
yeah, it doesn't really.
Doesn't work. You don't
Doesn't
need
really
me,
work like
I'm
that.
not that
No, no.
important. Like, let's be real here.
This guy.
But with that, no, we're at an hour. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
But
We're good.
with that,
Happy to be here.
I gotta go to work.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
Constantine, I will
What
work.
time you work at?
7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Catch me in Chinatown. Usually on the
419.
Head on
corner,
down. Catch Will in
chilling.
Chinatown,
You guys
baby.
want some Narcan?
And with that,
I might wanna
that
fight
has
somebody.
been episode 35.
5?
Don't forget to follow Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like,
there.
follow, subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. Check out the
Value of Despair.
check
Their
out Valley of
Instagram.
Despair.
KL Cleaning Yeg.
Yeah,
Good.
Check that out too.
Don't forget to use the
Promo
promo
code
code
SAVE5.
SAVE5. And see you next week.
All right, people.
Oh yeah, I gotta do this.
Yeah, you're the one who's got to turn it off,
I
man.
don't know. I just had somebody.